Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our October 14th board meeting. We ask everyone to silence your cell phones. We're calling our meeting to order, and we'll have the invocation that's going to be given by Ms. Bailey and the pledge by Ms. Gibson.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, Lord, and we thank you for watching over us and taking care of us. And Lord, we just ask you to keep watching over our children. And Lord, we just thank you for letting the COVID to go away some. Lord, we just ask you your protection for the rest of the year. And thank you for all the things that you did for us. We thank you in thy name. Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this time, we'll note that all board members are present except Mr. McMillan, and we continue to pray for healing for him. The superintendent recommends approval of the meeting agenda.
Make a motion.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. The superintendent recommends the approval of the minutes from the September 9th and September 14th board meetings.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Financial report and bank reconciliations. We will receive the financials and bank reconciliations for August 2021. And at this time, we need a motion and a second to approve the bills for September 2021.
Make that motion. I second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Action, consent. Request to approve the 2021-2022 CLA textbook committee. And you should have had those in the past. The names.
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Receive nominations for delegate and alternate delegate to serve as representatives for Bibb County as the delegate selection for Bibb County at the AASB Delegate Assembly, December 2nd, 2021.
I make a motion for Camille Gibson to be the delegate.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Ms. Gibson will be our delegate. We need a nomination, a motion and a second for an alternate.
I make a motion for Mr. Morris Moody to be the delegate. I second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve nominations.
We're good on that.
Okay,
Yeah.
we did that.
You can pass
Okay.
that. We're good.
Sorry,
It's okay.
Okay. Receive and approve policies. We will receive the job description for behavior specialist itinerant, and we have that description, and we're just receiving this. Okay, approval of bids. The superintendent recommends the approval of the following bids. Request to approve bid number 20/21-19, copier lease bid to Advanced Business Machines for a one-year contract from October 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2022, with an option to extend for up to 5 years.
I make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Approval of contracted services. The superintendent recommends the approval of the following contracted services. Request to approve contracted services with Marina Stevens, Flipside Tumbling for after-school and summer program gymnastics instruction, October 2021 through September 2022, for an elementary school and Bibb County High School. Payment of $250 per day, 1 day per week, not to exceed 40 weeks for the school year and summer programming per school. Will be made from BES and BCHS past 21st century grant funds.
I make a motion.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve payment to Cheryl Condren for 21st Century After School Program Evaluation for Brent Elementary and Bibb County High School, October 2021 through September 2022, to include site observations, data collection, evaluation, and completion of required bi-yearly reports. Payment of $5,000 per school, paid in 2 to 3 installments as work is completed, will be made from BES and BCHS 21st Century Grant Funds.
I make a motion.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Okay, request to approve payment to Cheryl Condren for 21st Century After School Evaluation for West Blockton Elementary School, October 2021 through September 2022, to include site observations, data collection, evaluation, and completion of required bi-yearly reports. Payment of $4,725, paid in 2 to 3 installments as work is completed, will be made from West Blockton Elementary 21st Century Grant Fund.
Make the motion.
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve payment to Emily Blake and Karen Hubbard for tutoring services for qualifying Cahaba Christian students for 2021-2022 school year as requirement of Title I. Payment of $25 per hour will be made from Title I funds.
I make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve payment to Emily Blake for administrative services required for Cahaba Christian Academy tutoring and Bibb County federal programs for 2021-2022 school year. Payment of $25 per hour will be made from Title I funds.
Make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
I just want to remind board members and those, Cobb Christian Academy qualifies for these funds. It is federal money, and as long as they complete their application through us for the funds, then we're obligated to provide the services. It's a federal program, and any students there who would qualify for these tutoring services, we're bound to handle that because of the stipulations of it being federal title money. I just wanted to remind the board members that's how we pay people to do tutoring at Cahaba Christian. All right, Ms. Jones.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve payment to Emily Blake for tutoring, testing, and other professional duties, 2021 through 2022 school year, Brent Elementary School. Payment of $25 per hour will be made from the local school funds.
I make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve payment to Betsy Mackin to provide psychometry services, administering and scoring IQ and achievement tests, October 2021 through September 2022. Payment of $50 per hour plus mileage, not to exceed $8,000, will be made from IDEA funds. Motion and second.
I second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Is that, I know it's contracted out, but how's it decided when she is needed? Who decides that?
Just based on the total caseloads of student evaluations that come through. For several years now, we've had so many referrals for students to be evaluated for special education services that, oftentimes our own psychometrists can't process all of them. So it's on an as-needed basis up to that $8,000 plus mileage.
So, guidance counselor or who? I know she just called when she's needed. It sounds like she's needed quite a bit, right?
Right. It's through the special education coordinator. to
Okay.
Make that call.
I see. Is that mainly who she provides for? Is that mainly who her services provide?
For special education student evaluations for.
Right.
If a student's been recommended for an evaluation for special education services, that's what this Betsy Mackin will do is provide psychometry services, administering tests and scoring those tests. There are very few people around that do that. It's hard to find them, and when you have such a large caseload or number of referrals for evaluation, it's simply more than.
What is the qualifications for that?
She would have to have a degree in psychometry, yes.
Seems like we used to have somebody hired in the county. I guess we were just lucky or fortunate at the time. You remember Wayne Posey?
Oh, yes, sir.
I remember him. Didn't he
Yeah.
do that?
And Dr. Goodman after one.
From Indian River. Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve payment to Laura Hawkins Green to provide consultation for students identified as having a visual impairment from October 2021 to May 28, 2022. Payment of $70 per hour will be made from IDEA funds.
I make that motion. I second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve payment to lead special education teacher at each school. Payment of $750 plus benefits for additional special education responsibilities during the 2021-2022 school year. One teacher per school will be made from, will be paid from special education ESSER funds. Is that right? Paid, okay.
I make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. McGee, what exactly?
This is going to be a yearly stipend for the lead special education teacher at each school for all of the additional work that they generally do, gathering up every time there's a referral or a reevaluation. The lead teacher, the lead special education teacher at each school is usually the one responsible for gathering up work samples, for helping to coordinate meetings, IEP meetings and things like that through the special education director and the district special ed teacher. And it's just something new, but we're wanting to just provide some additional pay for all of the additional work that we ask them to do in the school. Some schools, like Randolph only has one special education teacher, so that's their lead teacher. Other schools, or middle schools and high schools, that may have 3 or 4. Just one of those has been designated as the lead teacher for special education services in that school. So this is a stipend very much similar to stipend that we have granted to other teachers for additional work that they do. I think last year during the virtual, so many students doing virtual, if you remember, we did a $800 a month stipend for one teacher at each grade level that we did last year when we had so many students out virtual. This is similar to that, certainly not as much, but this is $750 for the year, not monthly. And it'll be paid with our ESSER funds that are designated for special education.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve payment to Sydney Shepherd to assist cheerleading team with stunts, tumbling, and other activities related to their competition routines and season, October 14, 2021 through December 12, 2021. Payment of $50 per hour will be made from West Boston High School local school funds.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve payment to Alicia Jones to provide art instruction to all students at Woodstock Elementary School. Payment of $100 per day, 1 day per week, will be made from Title IV funds.
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve payment to Melissa Thompson to provide art instruction to all students at Randolph Elementary School. Payment of $160 per week. Multiple days of instruction per week will be made from Title IV funds.
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
Any discussion?
What? Just out of curiosity, I only asked one. Alicia Jones is going to be paid $100 a day, 1 day per week at Woodstock. And Melissa Thompson's going to be paid $160 a week. But it says multiple days of instruction, but how many days would that be? Just,
I think it's the
does anybody
afternoons.
know?
I think it's the afternoons of the multiple
Who's getting
days
the
of
better
splitting
part?
up.
What was your question again, Mr. Moody?
All right, there's a discrepancy of $60. I think I had it right, did I?
You're right.
All right, yeah, I found it again. Yeah, $60 difference in the pay. And one that's getting the least amount of money works 1 day a week. The one that gets the most money could be working multiple days, whatever that means. So, just out of curiosity, how is that determined? If she decides to work 5 days a week, she still gets 160.
I think it's half days.
I mean, it's just a
Afternoon.
curiosity question.
It's
The
after.
other lady was making $100 a day, works 5 days a week. She
I
makes
think it's,
$500 that week.
some of them, the one at Randolph may just be half.
Explain that again, I didn't hear it.
It says $160 per week, multiple days, so that lady only makes $160 that week.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
lady makes $100.
Another one makes $100 per day for one day.
Yeah,
All right?
you're right. The other one's gonna make.
Am I right or wrong?
5 days a week.
Am I right on what my assumption or I'm wrong?
Well, both. I mean, $100 a day for an 8-hour workday may be one day a week. If this lady's working multiple days, she may be working Monday through Thursday, 2 or 3 hours in the afternoon. If you break it down hourly, depends on how you look at her. She may be working 5 days a week.
That's what I'm saying. She
Yeah.
could be working 5 for a lot less money than somebody's gonna work one day for $100.
Right.
I'm not objecting to it, I'm just trying to work it out in my mind, what a difference it is. I mean, I'm not begrudging anybody getting $160 for, so somebody's getting a bargain, let me put it that way. I guess, who is it? Brenda?
I think what Ms. Gibson was alluding to, that she may be working less hours per day, but multiple days would get her 160. So on an hourly basis, it's going to be very similar, or very close to both of them.
Maybe,
You see what I'm saying?
maybe. Nobody knows, seems to know for sure.
Well,
Tell Mr.
Holly's the principal.
Holly's here, sorry. My understanding from Ms. Dennis was that she was already employed at Brent to do the same thing, to teach art once a month, and they were paying her $160 there to do that. So that was the fee that she was getting there. And then she's going to have to come to my school multiple days because she only has afternoons available. So it's going to take a couple of days to get all of my students seen and taught art. That's all.
Now, please don't get me wrong, I'm not against it. I'm just curious to how you decide those things, I guess. Anyway, I'm satisfied, thank you.
Excellent, okay. Okay. Back up to see where we were. Okay. That was discussion, right?
Right.
Okay.
Wrong,
So
sure.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve payment of $1,000 plus benefits for all EL-related paperwork, conferences, and testing to the lead English language teacher at each school. An additional $1,000 may be paid yearly if lead EL teacher demonstrates that he or she is literate in all forms of Spanish communication, both written and spoken. Payment will be made from the Title IV funds.
Make that motion.
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve payments to Ruth Baker to provide virtual speech therapy to students on caseload at Brent Elementary School, West Blockton Elementary School, and Centerville Middle School. Mrs. Baker will be on site to administer assessments and mentor as needed. Payment of $65 per hour plus travel within the district will be made from IDEA funds.
And that's Woodstock Elementary.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right, I get those mixed up.
Okay.
When you just put the-
Woodstock,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Woodstock Elementary School.
Make that motion.
Need a motion?
I second.
Discussion?
Did we do virtual speech therapy last year? It was effective? Okay.
We did provide virtual speech therapy for students that weren't coming to school.
Okay.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Approval of field trips. Request to approve Woodstock Elementary School fourth grade class to travel to Aliceville, Alabama, to Sharp Tooth Creek on October 29, 2021. Students will explore Sharp Tooth Creek in ankle-deep water.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Personnel action. The superintendent recommends the approval of the following personnel actions. Request to rescind the approval of Amanda Metters, paraprofessional, Green Elementary School. Applicant turned down offer.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve the resignation of Ruth Baker, district speech pathologist, effective October 29, 2021.
Make the motion.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. The superintendent recommends approval of the first-year preliminary teams contract for Allen Casper, science teacher, Bibb County High School.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve the employment of Payson Pizer as district network computer technician, effective November 1st, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve the employment of Perry Hetzel as part-time intervention teacher, Bibb County High School, effective October 1st.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. McGee, you're gonna let me know, I missed your, last meeting, but what did we decide she was gonna be doing?
She'll be doing, providing intervention support across multiple disciplines as an
She won't
intervention.
be assigned to one classroom?
Oh, no. She's not going to be providing primary instruction for any class. It'll be contracted hourly. She'll work with small groups,
Okay.
and this is, we're hoping that her help will at least enable her to do that. She's been extremely sick the last several weeks.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve the employment of Felicia Jones as part-time art teacher, West Blockton Elementary School, effective October 1st, 2021. Payment of $100 per day, 4 to 5 days per month, will be made from Call for funds.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Discussion?
Here I go again. All right, you got the same lady making $100 a day for one day at Woodstock. She's getting more than one day at West Blockton Elementary for $100 a day. Again, what is the difference? Why is the discrepancy? Why is Woodstock only getting her one day and
So you're saying, why is Randolph not if she's doing multiple days at West Blockton Elementary School for $100 a day, why is the art teacher Randolph not? If she's doing multiple days, why?
This says 4 to 5 days per month,
Oh, per month, okay,
not week, but per month.
okay.
1 month?
4 to 5 days per
4 to
month.
5 days
Per month, $100 per day, 4 to 5 days per month.
Okay. Enough there for me. I'm gonna hold it now.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve the following for past 21st century after-school program for an elementary school. Ryan Phelps, tutor, $25 per hour. Beth Davis, teacher assistant, $8.50 per hour.
I'll make that motion.
I second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve the following for past 21st century after-school program, Bibb County High School. Stephanie P. tutor, $25 per hour. Ellie McAfee, tutor, $22 per hour.
Make the motion.
I second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve the following for Woodstock Elementary School after-school program. Amanda Cromer, after-school lead reading interventionist, $28 per hour. Amanda Schultzworth, after-school reading interventionist, $25 per hour.
I make that motion.
I second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Approval of substitutes. We're requested to approve the following subs. Kristen Derby, classroom substitute. Stephanie Barton, CNP, custodian substitute. Elizabeth Wiggins, CNP sub.
I make that motion.
I second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Approval of volunteers. Brady Pearson, volunteer coach, West Watson Middle School, baseball.
I make that motion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. The Sick Leave Bank Committee has approved catastrophic sick leave for LaTonya Cruz, CNP worker, Bibb County High School, for up to 6 weeks. The superintendent has approved family medical leave for Kimberly Anderson, teacher, Brent Elementary School, October 12, 2021 through December 13, 2021. The Sick Leave Bank Committee has also approved catastrophic leave for up to 6 to 8 weeks. Our next board meeting is scheduled for November 9th at 5 p.m. And now we have superintendent remarks.
Thank you, Ms. Jones. A couple of things. Our district strategic plan revision meeting is scheduled for Wednesday of next week, October 20th. That'll be at 8 a.m., excuse me. Is that 8 a.m. or 8:30? I've got 8:30 on my calendar. 8:30 to 10:30?
I think it's 8.
8? Okay, I've got it wrong on my calendar. So 8 o'clock, next Wednesday, the 20th. We've already spoken, or I guess before the meeting, the AASB Fall Conference is this Sunday afternoon and then the Monday afternoon in Montgomery for those of you attending the school board conference this weekend and Monday. And one other thing I wanted to mention, I wanted to let you know that Mr. Wes Lawley has been successful in getting, applying for money and getting money or grant to provide devices, I guess Chromebooks for all of our kindergarten students. You know, we have been providing a device for 1st through 12th grade students since the 1st of last year. But we've got money now that we'll be providing a device for kindergarten students. Now, those won't be issued to them. They'll be in their classroom, but they will have, each kindergarten teacher will have a set of Chromebooks for the kindergarten students to use. And these will be more, I guess, age appropriate. They'll be touch screen, interactive, and then also replacement devices for faculty members that have gotten old and rolled out of warranty and use. So I wanted to thank Mr. Lawley for that. That was $203,000 that he was able to get. Other than that, our school CIP visits will be starting up also next week on Thursday, the 21st. We'll be starting our CIP walkthroughs at our schools. And other than that, that's all I have, Ms. Jones.
Okay.
So, Mr. McGee,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to bring up for discussion a problem for a lot of people that have complained to me about ball game tickets.
Yes, sir.
You and I discussed it
Yes,
the
sir.
other day. They continue to tell me that they do not have the knowledge to buy electronic tickets over the phone. Am I addressing that correctly, the way that device is called, electronic tickets, is that correct?
That's
Okay,
it.
and one person said they tried to offer money and were told we can't take money. Now, I looked at the home crowd bleachers. At this point, we are undefeated. And they are not what you would expect. And I'm told a lot of people don't come to the ball games because two reasons. They don't know how to do it, and then some of them do know how to do it, but they don't want to put their information out there. And I guess again, these terms I'm throwing around sound like I know more than I do, but cyberspace, right? They don't want that number out there, their information out there for hackers. Now, it's a real problem. It's not something I dreamed of. We are losing money because people are not coming to the game because of this, according to my information. And I've thought a lot about it. And these tickets that are being sold electronically, it is costing for each ticket, the company gets $1. And you got 2,000 people at a ball game, $2,000 you lost. Am my math that bad?
Mr. Moody, that service fee does not diminish the amount of money that the school gets.
All right, what are you paying them?
They get $1, but we did not go up on our ticket prices from $7 to $8 like most schools have. So we get $7 and they get $1 for handling the proceeds and paperwork.
But they're paying $8. The person
The
ticket.
person's paying $8, but the school ticket was set at $7, so the school is still getting 100% of the amount of money they would get from the paper ticket.
If you wouldn't doing it that way, they still get $7. If you're paying cash, you still get $7.
Yeah, but you're saying for the finance.
I'm talking about somebody's paying $8.
Yes, sir, we're just a going rate now for a high school football game, so we did not go up to $8, so
But you could have.
we could
They're
have,
paying
but the,
$8 to get in, so you could have gone up to $8 and got $1 more. Is my reasoning wrong?
but, Mr. Moody, there's a lot of things that you're not bringing into consideration in the fact that I don't have to have additional personnel to stay at night, count down the money. I do not have to have myself or somebody else to take the money to the bank in the middle of the night. I get paid once they purchase the ticket, whether they show up at the ball game or not. So if the weather turns bad or they decide they want to go to a movie and they've already bought the ticket, I already get paid. So we have not seen significant decrease in our ticket sales. So
No, I'm not here to argue
since March of
with you on that,
2020.
but I looked up in the stands last Friday night and they weren't packed like they normally would be with two good teams playing each other. But
$13,000 plus the season tickets are already sold, so it was a pretty good week, I think.
okay, I see that it's an easier job for you guys out there working. I'm sitting up here as a board member, and I remember how I used to feel about board members when I was working. you don't want them interfering with you, right?
Sometimes, yes, sir.
All right, we just been truthful. But here I am, a board member. I've been in your place.
Yes, sir.
And I know how it is to have board members come around and complain, and I've had it for various, numerous times. I'm not trying to make y'all's life more difficult. I am trying to help the average fan out there that wants to see a ball game. And I don't think they're lying to me. They tell me they can't buy a ticket. They don't know how, and if it wasn't for cousin so-and-so or uncle so-and-so, they couldn't get in the game. There's a lot of people out there that would like to come to the game that don't know how to use this cell phone. And by the way, I'm privileged not to have to do that. I might not be there because one of the perks of being a board member is, as y'all well know, we get to walk in free. We get a lot of other criticisms, and I think we deserve to, by the way. But anyway, you look at another guy who wouldn't know how to buy. I'm talking about myself. As long as I got my wife, she could do it for me. But I'm just telling you, I'm not just trying to be obstinate. I would like to see at least an alternative plan. Some schools do have people selling tickets as well as taking a ticket. I know because I've been to every ball game that West Blockland's played this year, middle school and high school. We go to some schools, if you don't get your phone out and get that thing, I guess they show them how it's done. I don't know, I see them showing their phone, so I guess that's the ticket. But they also got cash money there and a ticket. If they can't do that, they let them in the ball game with real money. When you turn down real money, somebody wants to get in the game, it seems to me like it's costing you something. And if they don't show up, that's money you're not going to get. I know what you told me. I heard the advantage. But listen, you're looking at an old principal used to get the secretary and a trusted teacher to count the money. We sold tickets. We numbered them. You didn't have to count stubs. You know how many tickets are sold, and you know the amount of money you received. And I'd get an assistant principal with me to go to the bank, like you say, in the middle of the night and dark, alone, and you could get held up. I guess you're thinking that. Yeah, somebody could hold you up, but they could come. You know, you're not safe anywhere completely. You get held up in McDonald's. But anyhow, that's the way we did it. And I'm not saying things ought not to change. But is there a legitimate way we can accommodate people who can't use cell phones to buy tickets or don't even have a cell phone? So that's the problem. I appreciate the job y'all are doing this front. I do. I'm not trying to make your life more difficult, but I'm trying to accommodate a lot of people. And I don't know where y'all get complaints or not, but I do. I guess it's because I go to every game. I'm easily accessible. but that's it. I'm gonna finish. If you got any thoughts, I know, I'm not even going to mention, because I know the board has done some things that weren't popular to start with, but people liked them after they got it. Most people did anyway, and I won't even bring all these things up, but sometimes being a board member is tough, because I'm trying to represent people and try to help solve problems for the health, safety, and education of everybody. And that sounds corny, but I know all these other people are on the board for the same reason. That's all I got to say. I wish somebody would come up with an easy solution.
Any other discussion? If not, we will entertain a motion and a second to adjourn.
I make a motion.
I second.
Okay, the meeting, all in favor?
Aye.
The meeting is officially adjourned.